Welcome to the Hustle Wing podcast. Today we are joined by Tony Richardson, the founder and CEO of Cqured Intel. He's going to chat to us today about his company. We're going to get to know him a little bit and just have a great time. So thank you so much for joining us today, Tony. How are you
No problem.
feeling?
I'm doing pretty good, actually. Off about
Good.
3 hours of sleep, but that's usual.
that is hectic. We're 8 days into the year. How are you only on 3 hours sleep? What's going on?
I do. I really didn't even celebrate the holidays really, but yeah, I just had a lot to do.
Oh, you're busy, but I mean, it's good busy, right?
Yeah, it's good busy.
That's good. That's good. All right, cool. So then talk to me. What is security intelligence?
We are a managed services solutions provider, so we're kind of like an MSP, but we don't just do IT. We do strictly security for the most part. We do break down our security into several facets: cloud security, standard data security, managed
Okay.
security, vulnerability management, as well as DDoS protection. So we kind of break down across different facets across the board. But we have about 72 partners right now. Big
Okay.
companies: Palo Alto, Cisco, Imperva, IBM. I've got partners all over the place. Microsoft
Wow.
obviously is one of my biggest partners, as well as Google. So I use a lot of the technology that companies like Cassia sell on the market. They put stuff out there on the market and online to help with security. And Cassia's gone out over the past few years and acquired basically a whole bunch of other companies. So I basically
Yeah.
decided to take, instead of reinventing the wheel on a lot of this stuff, I took
Mm-hmm.
take what they have, learn it, get onboarded for it, learn it, implement it in my environment,
Mm-hmm.
implement what I'm going to implement in our cloud. We have a cloud-based security framework, so I'm going to throw it in the cloud, and I'm going to actually be able to actually incorporate that into our solutions. Our solutions are more of an a
Mm-hmm.
la carte. When I say a la carte, just like you go to a buffet, you have your choice of if you want to have corn versus stuffing
Mm-hmm.
versus a
Uh-huh.
roll versus cornbread, right? It's the same
Yeah.
difference here. I've got all the suites of solutions. My job is to make it easier for you to be able to know which solutions need to go into your environment, to kind of walk you along the
Mm-hmm.
way, which actually is
Yeah.
why I created something called guide rails. Guide rails is patent pending terminology I use for when we take one of our security consultations. We literally guide you through all the steps of compliance to see what, first of
Mm-hmm.
all, what compliance is at is a related to what you actually do, whether it be a cloud
Mm-hmm.
CMMC, whether it be SOC 2, it could be, I don't know, ISO, whatever that is. We basically address it and create a plan, and that plan of attack is what we call guide rails, where we go step by step. With part
Okay.
of that, what's beautiful about this whole thing is I'm a big proponent of security awareness. I feel like a lot of our problems are solved that we have could be solved if people knew what the heck was going on, and most
Yeah.
people just don't have a clue. They don't want to know all the technical details. They don't care about all that. They got
Mm-hmm.
enough stuff to worry about. They got bills to pay.
Mm-hmm.
All this other stuff going on. They don't have time to learn security. That's my job, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like police. You expect the police to protect you. That's their job. You got your job. You're the person that says
Yeah.
911. I need help. I need help. I got issues, whatever it is. So in this
Yeah.
in this case, that's what we are providing. So we created something called freehackcheck.com, which will be launching, and that's going to be a streaming framework and television channel and app, all three
Okay.
platforms brought together to allow you to click, boom, you get back a scan with a scoring. It tells you where you
Mm-hmm.
failed in scoring. It could be your passwords. It could be you have visibility on the dark web, which is something major that we're also doing. It could be a
Wow.
lot of these different things. Tells me if you've had been fished before, why you're fished, who's fishing you. If
Mm-hmm.
there's a group that's actually been in your email before, taking your user ID and is using it for other stuff across seas, that happens a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It'll tell you all of that stuff, and you don't have
Yeah.
to do anything. No knowledge. So once that's
Wow.
done, that's when the guide rails takes hold, and we have the consultant. Their job is to really, really create a success plan and strategy for that person. And if they're interested in becoming a customer, great. If they just want to get the free stuff, that's cool too. Either way, they'll come back to me at some point. So
Yeah. I love the confidence. That's true. But I mean, I hear you because like security is, it's so important. But I'm gonna be honest with you. Every time I hear words, it just drips
yeah,
out the other side. Like,
everybody tells me that. Everyone tells me that same thing, that they don't want to know what I call the nitty gritty or the details
yeah.
of the security. They don't care. They don't want to. They don't want to dig that far. You don't. You
Mm-mm.
know that you have to update your iPhone, iOS. You don't know why, but you're scared of
Yeah.
updating it. Every time you do, something goes wrong. So
Yeah.
you don't update iOS. Well, Okay, when you don't update iOS and you got other people that you're sitting around and your AirDrop is has been compromised,
Mm.
and guess what? Somebody else is being compromised at that point. So
Yeah.
it, insider threat is what we call it, is the biggest challenge, because people, when they get phished, you'd be amazed at how people are still clicking on this stuff. They're still opening up
Yeah.
these PDFs. You know, I mean, they're getting the PDF to say, "Hey, here's your invoice." The invoice. Let me open that. I mean, come on. Here's some free money. Oh, free money. Let me open that. And when these people open this stuff, they don't realize they just affected their network that's connected to all these other
Mm.
people and computers. So that's how
Yeah.
ransomware gets out. So if people are aware and you arm them with knowledge, then I think you'll
Yeah.
be able to really combat a lot of the stuff. So I really,
Yeah.
that's one of my big things, is awareness. All the stuff I'm doing is going to really, really be wrapped with awareness around it. But it's going to be
Yeah.
not in a tight little bow. It's a bow that you can basically say, I want to get the corners over there, these firewalls. I want to get
Mm.
your service on managed SIM, security information event management. Oh, really?
Mhm.
How does that work? Well, that looks like I don't know. That's those wings are what, barbecue. Okay, those wings right there are buffalo. Whatever,
Mm.
but you still get your choice. I'm giving people the opportunity to pick levels of all this stuff, so it'll give them a little bit more knowledge and give them a
Yeah.
little bit more visibility into how all this stuff works. But we still handle everything. All we want to
Yeah.
know generally what they're comfortable with, and we handle the rest from there. Right now,
Yeah.
all these managed security providers and other MSPs, you got to do
Mhm.
half the work, because if you don't know, if you don't have
Sure.
someone who can check them, they do
Mhm.
whatever they want. In our
Yeah.
case, we don't want you to worry about anything. Just lay back, chill. Even our cyber insurance. You got cyber insurance. Something bad happens, you got that. So,
Yeah.
so yeah, that's the way I look at it. That's the way I look at it. But I really, really, I want to really educate people, and that's where
Yeah.
the streaming channel is going to come in. It's not going to be exclusively security 24/7, but it will be mostly security with a lot of AI as well. Just because
Yeah.
AI is so much a part of what we're doing right now, and it's a huge part
Yeah.
of what we're doing here at security
Yeah.
intelligence.
Awesome, cool. I mean, I'm actually embarrassed to say that I almost got tricked into it because they are so good these days. They know that we want money. So I got an email in my personal email and I was like, oh, that looks tempting. And
Yeah.
the only reason why I didn't click on the link was because I saw
Mhm.
that the email address had a couple of extra letters that it should
Yeah.
do. So I was like,
Right.
oh, that's a little fishy.
Well,
But
that's
like,
the key.
if I'd not paid attention to that, I
Yeah.
would have, compromised the whole company. So
Exactly. And
probably
that's
would
the
have been
problem.
called into those like IT
Exactly.
sessions.
Exactly. Yes, you would. Yes, you would. Yeah, it'd be mandatory, and we would make you sit in the chair in the corner and all that
Yep.
stuff. I mean, but yeah, it's really just funny how these they've gotten better at it. They've gotten better aesthetically of making these emails look like they're legit. The
Yeah.
thing with title, like give you an example, these people that are getting hit with title theft, people are stealing the titles to their homes. Someone's in the process of buying a new home or closing on a house, and in Africa or Ukraine, it's usually Africa or Ukraine. These guys are
Yeah.
popping up in these emails, and they say, "Hey, here's the wiring instructions for your Wells Fargo loan." Okay, they
Yeah.
just wire the money to them without even thinking about it. Boom,
Oh my goodness.
gone. Yeah, happens all the time.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Happens
Oh my
all the time.
goodness.
People gotta pay attention. You gotta pay attention. Those little that in the email address, if they are
Mm-hmm.
from whatever company they're really from, their email address shouldn't be gmail.com, yahoo.com,
Yeah.
or anything
Yeah.
else.com other than that company. So
Yeah.
I'm a big proponent of looking at the company, almost basically doing like an analysis of the company when you get that
Yeah.
email, and research who that company actually is. Because if you
Yeah.
can say, okay, their domain's legit, the website's legit, their scoring is legit, or use
Yeah.
our scoring, which you have the access to, you'll be able to go
Mm-hmm.
out there and use our scoring, which will tell you how they look. Then you're able to
Yeah.
actually open up that email and you be more confident. You're not hurting your network. You're not hurting your business. You're not hurting yourself. So
Yeah.
that's where the awareness comes in. And it's a partnership. It's not a
Yeah.
situation where I come in, it's Gestapo, and here's what you're gonna do. Here's what you gotta learn. You don't learn this, you're not certified in this, then you're not going to be able to do X, Y, and Z. That stuff doesn't help. That pisses people off. That's all it
Yeah.
does. What helps them is holding their hand a little bit in the beginning and just teaching them. Just like teaching somebody how to ride a bike. You got training
Yeah.
wheels initially. Give them time. They eventually get comfortable enough. Take the wheels off when they don't know it. They don't even notice they're actually
Exactly.
going. So that's
Yeah.
basically what it is.
Awesome. Cool. So then, yeah. So what is your story? Why did you start security intelligence? And
I've
when? How
been
old are you guys?
Wow, we're brand new still. I'd like to say that because I did have another startup that I kind of direction I was going with a
Okay.
founder, another partner, who was kind
Hmm.
of latching on to me. He was basically just latching on to my ideas, and I decided nobody knew what the heck I was talking about when I told them the company name. So I was like, you know what, let me change this. Let me give them
Yeah.
something that definitely looks like security. So that's how we
Yeah.
came up with the concept. But I've been this company I've had really running probably about 6 months, 7 months.
Okay.
Yeah, roughly about this time. And
Yeah.
yeah, before that, I had another company for like a year, and I had another company before that for like 2 years. But intermittently worked as a consultant for other companies and doing freelance work as well. But I've been in the industry
Yeah.
27 years. I mean,
Wow.
I've done everything from be a network engineer. I used to run CNN.com's network and information infrastructure. I was in charge of it.
Wow.
All the groups came through
Hmm.
me at one point. Left all of that. I've gone through other companies, and I've been on both sides of the table. I've been the customer buying equipment
Yeah.
and technology for my business, as well as going out there and selling technology. So I just like the selling part of it a lot more because I don't feel like it's
Yeah.
selling. I feel like it's more being a really a legitimate consultant to the community. So that's the way I look at it.
Definitely. Yeah. All right. So then what are some of the challenges that you guys are facing at Security Intelligence at the moment?
Wow. Ramping up. Right now, we're working with Cassia on so many of their solutions. I've got about 14 solutions through a Cassia right now, and I'm having to go
Okay.
through each one, learn the solutions
Yeah.
in depth, and integrate those into what it is we want to do long term, and integrate that into the other vendors' technologies that I have. So right now, I'm
Hmm.
actually going through all the different technologies, sifting through them, and trying to basically just figure out which ones I want to keep
Yeah.
and put all that stuff and get it running. Right now, I mean, I've got firewalls to deploy, I've got cloud instances to deploy, Kubernetes application containers to deploy. I've got Microsoft Azure as well as Amazon Web Services stuff to deploy. I mean, we have a lot
Hmm.
we're in the process of doing, and that's why the solutions engineers I bring on are really going to be helpful to me because it'll take some of that technical knowledge out of my head, and I can focus on the strategy and other stuff that I
Yeah.
do at the company. That's our biggest
Yeah.
challenge.
Okay, awesome. Well, then, yeah, that segues into the last question, which is what sort of assistance would you need, from our community?
I'm looking for, like I say, when I say solutions engineers, especially, I'm looking for people who have worked for a startup before. If there's
Okay.
people out there like that, but I'm
Yeah.
looking for someone. I don't necessarily need a person with all the certifications and stuff.
Mm.
Day one, I don't. I'm not one of these people that says, hey, they need to have a master's degree and 10 years
Yeah.
experience with something that came out last year. So how can you get 10 years experience? So people try though, they try,
You'll
but
be surprised.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And you're like, dude, the technology didn't come out to 6 years ago. Yeah, but I was doing that in kindergarten. Yeah. All right, man. Yeah, but I'm looking for people that are like that, but people also willing to learn the technology that we're
Definitely.
doing and learn the way we're rolling it out, and they can take a big part in how we build this company. I'm not one of these people that's unilateral, and it's either my way or the highway. I'm not
Yeah.
like that. I'm a listener. I like listening. I like using what people give me feedback on and having that massage and really helping me figure out the right way to make things work. So
Yeah.
yeah, I just that's just the way I run things. But
Yeah.
solutions engineers is one. A VP of marketing and a VP of sales are very important.
Mhm.
The VP of sales is probably the most important.
Yes.
Um, Marketing I can outsource. That's not a problem.
Okay.
Sales, I don't believe you can. Not doing what we do. So
Hmm.
I need salespeople who are seasoned. I don't need someone who's been out there 25 years who sold like old school telephones and dial up stuff to somebody, Here's CompuServe, 5 cents. No, I mean I don't want I don't need that. I mean
Yeah.
I like people that are green a little bit, who maybe five
Yeah.
years of sales for another company, success, have a little bit of a Rolodex, but really don't have to
Mm.
worry about the Rolodex because what we're doing is such a fresh thing. It doesn't matter who
Yeah.
you already know. So
Yeah.
yeah, those are probably my most critical positions, and obviously the
Yeah.
assistant. But I'm close to probably hiring one of those.
Okay. Okay. So it is a marketing VP, sales VP, and a
Yep,
solutions engineer
yep,
mainly.
that's correct.
Okay.
Yep. And
Okay.
solutions
Cool.
engineers, I say three. I'm looking for like three of those.
Okay. Okay. Great. All right. Well, then, thank you so much for your time, Tony. We'll definitely be able to, connect you with the right people. Our pool is rich. Our talent pool is rich of people that have experience
Cool.
and that are go getters, malleable, and have startup
Awesome.
experience. So you'll definitely be able to connect with the right people.
Great.
So yeah. So I wish you all the best in your journey. I mean,
Good.
scaling up, is gonna be tough, but growing pains
Yeah.
are good, and
Yep.
security is definitely a need. So you are in the right
Yeah.
space.
Good. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time again, and I
All
wish
right.
you all the best in the future.
Likewise. Take care. Bye bye.
Cheers. Bye.